Frumess talks about Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Let's all talk about Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Once Bitten from 1985. I have a deep, deep, deep love for this cable staple I watched incessantly growing up. And I had such a crush on Karen Kopins, who plays his girlfriend. I'm trying to remember her name in the now I can't why can't I just watch the movie? How do I not remember her name in the story? Now I have to check. God damn it. What is her name? What is her name? This is going to really bother me. All right, whatever. In any case, Jim Carrey plays a guy named Mark, okay, and he wants to lose his virginity, and he ends up getting, involved with a countess who's a vampire, and she needs the blood of a virgin. Just a lot. Thank you, Amy. It was Robin. Yeah, I have. Okay, Karen Kopkins is. I don't know what it is about her. I so dreamy to me. And that is not, like I said, I had such a crush on her, and that has not changed one bit with the late night revisit that I had last night. The movie itself is such a lighthearted and fun film with its 80s teen Porky sensibilities. Even though, look, that stuff has not aged well. And there's a lot. If you go watch any of those 80s high school comedy movies, there's just a lot of problematic stuff. But whatever, man. We know this. We know the context of this. So Mark, and it's funny too. I never realized this when I used to watch this film all the time. It's like Mark is kind of a dirtbag, man. He's got this friggin' piece. Karen got like this perfect girlfriend in Robin. She's like the perfect high school girlfriend, and he's like off trying to score because she's just not ready, which is all the typical, again, 80s teen social politics, right? A lot of quirky stuff. What's great about these films too? They're just so effortless to watch, man. They're just so effortless. I threw this on. It's not a chore. The movie, I don't know if this makes any sense. The movie watches itself. You know what I mean? You throw it on, and before you know it, like literally 30 minutes have passed. And I was ignoring all the comments, but I'm going to highlight one more comment because it was literally going to talk about what I'm about to say, in that, yes, Once Bitten is very similar to My Best Friend is a Vampire, another movie they literally could make for its own genre of high school teen vampire movies. By the way, there's also Rockula. We were talking about 80s vampire movies earlier, and we were talking about Vampire in Brooklyn, and Rockula is another one from the 80s, and My Best Friend is a Vampire, another one from the 80s. So the 80s had some vampire films, but when you compare the 80s to the 90s, even though Fright Night is one of the greatest vampire films ever made, it just, pound for pound, I'd say that the 90s just outweigh the 80s, man, when it comes to vampire films. Why was I looking? I was looking over there at that poster. I thought I had a vampire poster up. I don't. This is just great, man. And she has Sebastian is her is basically, her gay black butler. Sebastian is my favorite character. He's so wonderful, and he's such a good companion. He's such just a reliable, like, companion type guy. I don't know. I really enjoyed Sebastian this time around. I really appreciated him, and he was just he was just added so much to every scene that he is in. I was looking up the actor. He died in 1992, which is such a shame. Great actor. I don't know his name off the top of my head. I feel like a giant asshole. I think his name was, it was Cleavon Little was his name. He was in a bunch of stuff. He's in Blazing Saddles. He's in Vanishing Point. He's in Fletch Lives. He's in FM, the movie. He's in a bunch of stuff, man. He's in a bunch of stuff. Okay. So anyway, Once Bitten. So, and then the other thing I have to talk about, so important when it comes to Once Bitten, the dance scene. This is one of the great 80s dance scenes of all friggin' the 80s, man. It is so good. Hands up, he belongs to me. Hands up. Du, 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 du. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. This countess shows up to a high school dance. By the way, he totally lies to her. He's like, I'm 21 studying engineering, working on the acid rain problem. Totally lying. He's a high school kid. He's in high school. They're both in high school. She goes as Jill, and he's not going as anybody. He's just dressed in black. Jim Carrey is gothic vampire. Jim Carrey is fucking cool as hell. And then they do this dance routine, and it just comes out of nowhere. It's so random. I guess it fits the tone of the movie, but it is so much fun. And Jim Carrey plays electric guitar with his leg. And, again, it remains flawless, and the performances are incredible, and the choreography is incredible. And the way that they go back and forth, Jim Carrey is like a rubber band between the two of them, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Karen, aka Robin, she starts like stripping off her stuff, man, and she's wearing this I'm sorry, I sound like such a lecherous old man with this shit. I feel like a fucking weirdo talking about this stuff, but I can't not say it. She's just very yummy in that fucking white thing that she wears. I just loved it. I love it, love it, love it. It made me feel young again to watch it. I'm about to turn 38. I'm not super old, but I don't know. It's just weird. But that's something I loved when I was a kid. That was one of those movies I was like, humana. There's just something so wonderful about 80s high school dance scenes in general. They just look like a wholesome good time, especially the one that's in this film where everybody's dancing. Everybody dances like this in the 80s. And I just want to be there. Okay, maybe I'm high school age. I want to be at that high school dance, just dancing like this for fun. You know what I mean? That's all. Once Bitten, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on this revisit. From the year of my birth, 1985.